welcome back to our channel. I'm the Nikki.
She's the Nikki, not just any Nikki. She is the Nikki, and I am the Rachel, and we are the Sisters. Welcome to our channel. It's not usually quite that crazy.
Yeah.
In fact, yes, it is.
Yeah.
And if craziness is your thing, if you like two crazy ladies from the West Country who love fashion, sewing, DIY, then we are your girls. And make sure you subscribe so you can check out all of our videos.
Yes.
So we're here with a pattern review today.
Ooh, with some wax prints.
Yes, we've made some wax print dresses. Da, da, da.
We've got some lovely pictures for you. We're out to our local church.
Yes,
and
not in a religious way, just because there's a beautiful view from the back of it. And this, we made these for an Instagram challenge that's happening right now. It ends on the 31st of March, and it is Sew Wax Lyrical, and it's been hosted by SewVee.
Yes.
And the challenge is just to sew anything from African wax print, and you had the whole of March to do it. So V, who started the challenge, is a massively inspiring sewist who has an obsession with wax print fabrics.
Yes.
And makes the most beautiful creations.
Yes.
And now we've made something from it, I can totally understand why. Can you?
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful to sew with.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really crisp. It does what you want.
Yes.
The only struggle I had with mine was my ruffle is a double layer of ruffle, which is turned through, and then I had to gather it.
Right.
And that
gathering is tricky.
After I had made my fingers bleed, I decided I needed to find a better way of gathering it. So that kind of thing is a little bit more tricky, just because it's so dense. It's such a solid fabric.
But it looks lovely. The ruffles turned out beautifully. What did you do in the end? In the end, what I did is, I Googled it, and someone recommended doing a very large zigzag stitch and laying underneath some thicker thread. So I used embroidery floss, lay that underneath, and it worked an absolute dream. Excellent.
It was like, you know, the polar opposite of what I'd just been doing, pulling my fingers to bits.
You didn't need to spin on your fingers.
Oh yeah, that's really easy. I was like, damn it, why did I not know that an hour ago?
Yes, so. I've done that before with dental floss. It is a good technique, but yeah, when you text me to say I can't gather it, I didn't see it until quite a while after.
And then I'd fixed it.
But that was quite sorted it, so I had nothing to offer you.
No. But this is, I liked this ruffle, and I had this pattern in my stash for ages because I loved this ruffle. I never got round to making it. And I think the dress is a really nice fit. It's really,
it is lovely.
It's really, and the wax print just makes it kind of, makes everything stand to attention, if that makes any sense.
Yes. So what we were looking for when we were deciding what patterns we needed, obviously wax prints have such vibrant, awesome designs and beautiful colours.
Yeah.
But you want something that's going to allow the fabric to sing. You don't want something with lots and lots of details that are going to detract from that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, its crispness and its body gives you scope to create structural shapes and things. So you're kind of torn between that wanting to take advantage of the body and the fabric, but not wanting to detract from the pattern. So we both went for fairly simple shift dresses, but each of them has this little touch.
Little detail.
So yours has the ruffle, and mine, if I stand up and turn around, has a bow on the back.
And that lovely peekaboo hole at the back as well, which is really nice.
Yes, so we really enjoyed making them. The patterns that we chose, both of them were from Nikki's stash, weren't they?
Yes, stash busters again. And we had the fabric in our stash for a while.
But the fabric we've had for quite some time, probably two or more years now. We both bought it off from eBay, and just at the time we decided that we definitely wanted to do something with wax print. And I think our plan was to film some sort of DIY tutorial for YouTube, and I think we were going to show you how to make a box petite skirt or something like that.
Yes.
But we never actually got round to that, and it's just sat in our stash all this time. Until now.
Then you could make a fantastic box pleat skirt from our simple skirts. Online class with wax prints.
Oh, that would be gorgeous. Gathered. Either of them would be great. But obviously you now know Nikki's tip for the gathering, because there's a lot of gathering.
There's a lot of gathering. But if you wanted to do the pleat one, it would look amazing. So that would be really lovely.
Yeah, so we've just realised now, just remembering what the pattern numbers were before we filmed this video, that they must have been released at the same time. Because your pattern was, what was it?
It's Butterick 5917.
Yeah, and mine was 5919.
Yes.
So because they released them in numerical order, then they must have released both of those at the same time.
Yeah.
So not only we made them in the same fabric, but their patterns are in the same seasonal release.
And from my stash.
And there are lots of similarities in the fit,
There are,
and the style of them.
Yeah, the bodice is quite fitted, and they're the same. I think the skirts look very similar.
They are. They're very similar fit.
Yeah.
The shape of the skirt's very similar.
And neither of us made any adjustments, did we? We just made it straight out the packet.
We did make it straight out of the packet. I should have made some adjustments. So I'm going to hold my hand up now and say, and as an experienced sewer, I know better. And I shouldn't have just made it straight out of the packet. But I've been spoiled recently. It's been a while since I've had to do a bust adjustment.
Yeah.
Because it used to be that my boobs were much bigger than the rest of me. So I always had to do a bust adjustment. But I filled out everywhere else in more recent years, which means that the difference now between my bust and the rest of me isn't as great. So I don't usually have to do a bust adjustment.
Yeah.
But I should have noticed from the detail on this pattern that I basically should have done, because if I show you on the line drawing, if you have a look at the line drawing there, you can see that it has these panels that are supposed to be under the bust, and they get gathered in. Now you can see where the line is on my bust. It should be under my bust, so it should be a good inch below my bust. Should be an inch lower down than it currently is. Now I did kind of know that might be the case, but I thought I could get away with it, and I genuinely thought I'll just wear a push-up bra, which I don't normally do, move them to a slightly higher position, and it'll be fine. And to be honest, I probably shouldn't have done that. The other problem that's caused is I do have some gaping here, you can see, and that's because this is gathered, but the fabric doesn't come round far enough, so it's not quite covering my bust. So I'm doing full disclosure, I'm being honest with you guys, so that you know that, you know, sometimes these things happen.
But we were rushing as well. We wanted
were rushing
to get them finished for the deadline.
Yes, and we wanted to take part in the challenge, and we'd had this fabric in our stash for ages.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get, and then we just haven't had a lot of time, so I knew I had time to sew a dress, but I didn't have time to toile a dress and make adjustments and all that sort of stuff. But so I just kept my fingers crossed and hoped for the best.
I think you can do a little tweak to under there.
I think so. I think either a little armhole dart, which I usually have to do on halter neck dresses, just because of the way they tend to fit me. So either a little armhole dart, or I can unpick where the bust area goes into the panel underneath, and I can just pull that down slightly. So I know I can make some post-production adjustments. But I am kicking myself a little bit for having not done it properly the first time round. But these things are there to teach us. The other thing that I would change is that the dress is supposed to be fully lined, and I lined it with this blue polyester, I think it is, that I bought a while ago on the when we were on the, I was going to say Gloucester Road, but that's Bristol, but we weren't on the Gold Hawk Road in London. And I thought that these were wide fabrics, and I planned to make odds and camis out of them, but it turned out they were narrow, and they haven't been any use for anything since then. But I had enough to line the bodice, but I didn't have enough to line the skirt, and I might add a lining in the skirt retrospectively, just because it will help with the creasing. Because obviously wax print is cotton, and when you're sat and it's all scrunched up around your hips and in your tummy area and stuff, then when you stand up the creases are all still there, and I think if it was lined it wouldn't do that. It would still do it a bit, but it wouldn't do it quite so much. So I've got some further adjustments to make, but having said all of that, I love it.
Bless you.
Excuse me. I do really love it. The thing that drew me to the pattern most was the back, I have to say, and that doesn't disappoint, although we have had some fun and games today trying to find me some sort of bra or something that I can wear, because I've already told you my dilemma about how I needed them up.
I need them lifted, but so we can't show
no bra
strap.
definitely wasn't an option. and I don't have any kind of backless bras, and most of the ones they produce don't give the kind of support that I would need.
That's the thing.
So in the end, I had adapted some sort of it's like a Spanx bodysuit thing, and I'd removed the straps from the back and tied them up at the top, and I'd gone over to Nikki's going, this will have to do, but I can barely move, and she said, oh, do you want to just try one of my, oh no, you had the great idea that we could take photos of the front with the bra on and done up, and then for the back we could just undo it. And so that's what we did in the end. So she handed me one of her bras, seeing as we were at her house,
and we're the same size,
and it turned out that it was perfect and you couldn't see the back anyway.
You barely see the back, as long as she has it pulled quite far down.
Yeah.
And then, but you could even put like a little hook or a little bit of plastic.
Yeah.
That, you know, like you can get where you tie your straps on the shoulders.
Yeah.
If you did that further down as part of the size of the zip, then that would keep it pulled down.
Yeah. So anyway, if I'd have thought to come over and try on some of your bras, I may have saved myself the hour that I spent this morning trying to fudge this Spanx bodysuit to make it work somehow.
I love the fact that you did that, but I love the fact that you could just come and try on my bras. That's how close our friendship is now.
But we've got the same size feet and we've got the same bra size. It's really weird.
It's really
and
weird.
We've got almost all the same measurements, except that my hips are bigger, and my waist is smaller, but our bust is the same size.
Yes.
So it means that for lots of patterns, depending on the style, we can get away with making the same size.
Yeah. And you it's just weird because but you have to make all the adjustments because your curviness means that you need to make those adjustments sometimes, whereas I'm more straight up and down, which means I don't need to do anything.
Yes, exactly. So all of my dilemmas and disclosures aside, you did exactly that, didn't you? Made it straight out of the packet.
Box. The only thing that I did is the pattern that I had bought was slightly too small for my hips as a size 14. I'd normally make either a 14 or a 16, but the pattern went up to a 14. So we made a little adjustment. We just blended it out a little bit to bring my hips in. And actually, it's not. I've still got room in there, so I think
you need room to move in that kind of dress.
Yeah, and to get it on. It's one of those you
should be able to pinch
wiggle
some on either side, because if you notice when you sit down, how much can you pinch now?
Yeah, not very much.
Exactly.
Because my thighs are spread.
So if it's a standing up dress, then that's great. But if you're planning on sitting down at any point, you need a bit more room in those hips than you think you do.
And also getting it on. You know, getting it on, you have to wiggle into it, kind of thing. Yes. But other than that, I didn't make any adjustments. I didn't add anything to the length. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I love it. I think I would probably make another one. I'd quite like to make a winter version.
Yeah.
Because one of the ones on the packet shows as if it's like made out of a tweed.
Yeah, that would be gorgeous. I really love that one.
I just think that's really lovely. I think it's really classy. Yes.
Yeah.
With a full sleeve or like a tweed or a I don't know, something like suiting or something like that would be really lovely.
Yeah, that would be gorgeous.
So I might make another one. And it was fairly quick.
Yeah.
Sort of no, it wasn't actually, because I had problems with this took ages to actually figure it out, and then I just went, I don't know what I did with the zip. I put it in 3 times and it wasn't working. You know, when you have just one of those days, I couldn't understand what was going on. I was putting an invisible zip in, and
sometimes they're just not very cooperative, are they?
And it was 2 or 3 millimeters from the teeth. And I'm going, I don't understand how, and we've got our foot that we love, and I was pushing it against the foot, and I was doing all of that, and I ended up sewing it 3 or 4 times, and in the end I moved my needle to get it closer to the teeth, and then moved it too much and then sewed across the teeth. So not only had I sewed it 4 times, I then had to unpick the whole thing and take it off and then throw it across the room, leave it for a few hours and then come back, and the new one that I put on went on first time. And I'm like, why? What happened? Same foot, same everything, same zip.
What type of zip was it? It wasn't one of those old ones of ours, was it?
I don't use them anymore. We should just throw them away. But it was a new one with a good tape on it, so it should have gone on. Yeah. And the second one went on absolutely fine.
Oh, it's weird, isn't it? I think sometimes with invisible zips, if you get it, if it's off to start off with, it's almost like it's then impossible to get it back. Can't correct it, and you're better off with a new one sometimes.
And I had taped it and everything. Yeah. And so the whole thing to unpick it was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah. But at least you guys know, because I'm sure that some of you will very incorrectly believe that because we're making all the time and we're sharing stuff with you, and obviously we're photographing it in the best possible light, and we teach that everything that we make is perfect, and that but we have plenty of those days as well. So I should have done a bust adjustment and I didn't. Nikki had a nightmare with a zip. It happens. It doesn't matter how long you've been sewing for. Everybody has those times when it doesn't quite go to plan.
I went through, there was a couple of months last year where I couldn't put a sleeve on without it going wrong.
You kept putting them on upside down.
Kept putting them on upside down. So where your sleeve sigh is at the top, so the curvy bit, I was putting that under here, and I did it about 4 times. And I sort of, you can imagine when I'm turning it through going, that looks really weird because I've put it upside down again.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on, but you know, just sleeve gate was happening all over again.
So it does happen.
It does happen.
It does. Now, this is a shameless plug, but it's the perfect opportunity. We have just released a brand new class, which is our guides to commercial sewing patterns, and we mean by that exactly the patterns that we've used. Butterick, Burda, New Look, Simplicity, Vogue, McCall's, and Quick Sew are the 7 companies. Now, in that class, we show you, if you've not used a commercial pattern before, we show you everything you could possibly need to know about them. All of the information on the outside and on the inside, how to pick the right size, how to work out how much fabric you need and whatever else you need from the fabric shop. But I think what's probably most useful is that we give you a really in-depth overview of ease and how that works specifically in relation to the commercial sewing patterns. And to give you an example, if I'd have followed the size chart for this dress, I should have made, let me have a quick look here, I should have made a 16 on the bust and the waist, and I should have done a size 20 on the hip. Now I actually did a size 14 on the bust and the waist, and I graded out to a 16 on the hip. So you can see that that's quite a big difference.
It is,
And the way that I worked out what size I need is the way that we explain in this class. So we teach you how to work out from the finished garment measurements what size you should be making, and we talk through how much the different types of ease and help you think about, regardless of how much is in the pattern, regardless of how much the designer thinks you should have, how much do you want in your pattern? How do you want it to fit you? And we talk you through how to work backwards from that to then choose your pattern size. And as you can see, it turns out quite different, because if I had made the size on the size chart, it would have been huge.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been so much different.
Although it probably would have fit better on my bust.
What we don't cover, because this is a beginner's guide, what we don't cover is full bust adjustments or sway back adjustments or any complex adjustments. We talk you through blending from one size to another,
or between multiple sizes, if you have to, like me.
It's meant to be a beginner's guide, so if you are looking for something more complex, those classes will come. We will be doing full bust adjustments, we will be doing things like that, but they will come as individual classes. So you've just got to give us time. We've got to just do them one at a time at the moment.
We have. But this class is perfect for anyone who's not used a commercial pattern, anyone who has but doesn't quite understand. So if you struggle with the instructions, or if you struggle with the fit and not specifically fit in relation to specific issues like Nikki mentioned, bust adjustments and that sort of thing, but just the fit in general, if they always come up too big, then this will definitely help you with that. But also, if you don't really understand how ease works and how that relates to the fit of your garments and the style of your garments, then it's really useful in that sense. So if any of those things sound like they're of interest to you, head over to the website where you can download the class. It's $14.99. Not download the class. It's available for you to watch online anytime you want through your own personal login. So it's $14.99, and it comes with a worksheet that walks you through every step. So it's a worksheet that you'll be able to print off every time you make a new pattern, and you can go through and fill out lots and lots of different charts on there to help you work out everything from the fabric to the sizing to which pieces you need to cut, everything.
And it's comprehensive. Over 2 hours?
Over 2 hours, 15 different lessons. And we hope that you will find that useful. So apologies if you just wanted to see the pretty dresses. We've done a shameless plug.
But that's all right.
But we know some of you will be interested in that, so go and check it out.
So we've got some lovely pictures coming up for you next, just to show our lovely dresses. We hope you like them, and we hope that this gives you some inspiration to make something with wax print yourself.
Yes.
So we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.